We can smell what The Rock is cooking! And it's a new Jungle Cruise movie. I'm Sasha Pearl Raver, and this is Screen Junkies News. The Rock is taking the people's elbow to a classic Disney ride. In an exclusive with The Hollywood Reporter this morning, we have learned that Disney's Jungle Cruise movie, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, has been greenlit, and it will begin shooting in the spring of 2018. The Rock will produce with his company, $7 Productions, also responsible for Jumanji and Baywatch. With me to break this all down is Vanessa Ragland and Matt Key. Hey. All right, kitty boo-boos. First of all, are we excited about this, Vanessa?
I mean, listen, I divulged that I've had a erotic dream about The Rock some
Which
time
I am
ago.
jealous about.
So,
jealous of.
Yeah.
We are starting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm excited for his projects. I think he's an inspiring guy. I think he should take a little break. And I don't know if the source material is strong enough.
Oh, what do you think, Matt?
I saw the news this morning, and my reaction was immediately the opposite of that. I didn't have an erotic dream about him last night.
Well, it wasn't last night. She had this erotic dream
But I'm just saying,
ago.
I didn't have one last night.
Oh, of course
I'm
not.
just saying specifically, I didn't have one. But I saw the news and I was like, yeah, I want to see The Rock in the Jungle Cruise. I don't want I hope that the inherent racism, the 1950s racism of the Jungle Ride isn't in the movie. I doubt that it will be. But The Rock and an African queen kind of what's going on? Yeah, I'm game. I like The Rock.
My reaction immediately was wait, how is this not Jumanji? But it sounds like exactly the same. But according to the Hollywood Reporter article and another article from August 2015, the film is reported to be sort of like The African Queen. It will harken back to the ride's 1950s roots, and it'll be more like the original inspiration of the film. So what do you think we're gonna get here, Matt?
First, I love the African Queen. It's a great.
I don't think it's fair to even put these things together. I just have to speak up.
Queen starring The Rock. Well, who plays Katharine Hepburn, as you were saying before?
Yeah, I think it's Sarah Hyland, or something.
It has to be.
Just doesn't feel great.
It has to be. Sarah Hyland doing her best Hepburn, ooh.
That'd be good.
No, I like The Rock, Jungle Adventure. I don't know how they separate it from the Jumanjis, except that it's
no board game. I think that's the major.
Yeah, there's no
thing.
jungle.
Yeah, the IP exists from a ride as opposed to from a board game. Yeah. That's the real
Hugely
differentiation.
different. Yeah.
Hugely different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that we're gonna see The Rock in some sweet jungle action, pulling out his pistol and shooting some hippos and. Running away. That's what they.
Hippos are very mean.
Oh my God.
They're beautiful, but they eat people. No, not a friend.
That's what they used to do that in the ride. But as my Jungle Cruise tour guide from a few years ago very sarcastically told us, this used to be the best part of the ride. And then they took the guns away. So now it's just boring hippos. Let's move on, everybody. And I was like, I love this ride.
Oh my God. Well, what I keep thinking about is it seems like they're taking Jumanji, Tarzan, which just proved to be a huge box office success, which nobody saw coming, and they're kind of, conflating the two things and trying to make it something.
Maybe they're going to film it all at once. Maybe Jumanji, and they'll just cut two films from the footage.
So Jumanji is the prequel, and then they flash back in time, and it's all he gets bonked on the head, and suddenly he's in the 1950s.
Yeah, the editors are just getting footage, and they're like, you take this one, Jim. I think we can use this with our story.
Do we think that The Rock makes sense in a period piece?
I think The Rock makes sense anywhere The Rock wants to be.
I think that The Rock is so big and beautiful. He is one of the few things we can say is a product of our wonderful modern times that's good.
He is a national treasure.
No one can you can't have made that years ago. The kind of equipment that goes into making a person that big, that didn't exist in the 1950s.
So what you're saying is he's a modern Marvel.
I am saying that.
He's a marvel of modern technology.
He is on par with the ancient mysteries of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon and the ancient pyramids. He is
Except
a modern
more
mystery.
motivational, and I've never had a dream about
the pyramids.
But there's still time, girls and boys.
Oh yeah, there is.
I don't know. I love The Rock. I agree that there's a point where we hit a saturation point with too many rocks, and I think Justin and I, our producer, were talking earlier. He's got 10 films in production or in some phase of development.
Well, and also the Moana thing. I mean, to me, that's like another like a Disney property. Like you're already gonna have a ride about you.
Yeah.
Like how many?
Oh, but there's not going to be like, it's not going to be the Maui ride. It's going to be the Moana ride.
Maui
And I
was a real standout in that film.
You're welcome. But I think that with The Rock, because he has his own production company, he is so fastidious about how he's represented. He does do a lot of his own producing with Jumanji, with Baywatch, with this.
He keeps interpolating.
He just is interpolating his butt off. It's just like more and more and more. But I feel like he's actually getting really, really conscientious about exactly what Vanessa's concerned about. He doesn't want people to OD on him. This movie, if it goes into production in spring of 2018, means it's coming out sometime in 2019. We know that we're probably going to get Baywatch this year. And then we've got The Fate of the Furious, and we've got
Rampage, which goes into production later this year. And
But
he's
I
got
like
some skyscraper burning inferno thing.
But it's good that he's sort of balancing, like he does A Fate of the Furious, so he's giving something for the adults, and then he does
Something for the kids.
like Maui for the kids.
Yeah.
My God, what if we're getting a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson extended universe and all of these films are somehow connected?
They better be.
$7 production.
Honestly, like if they're not, I am so bummed. Look at that man.
Okay, yeah.
Tell me you don't want to just climb that man like a tree.
Rub him down.
God, he's fantastic. I love him.
I will tell you that I do not want to climb that man
You don't
like a
want to
tree.
climb him
I
like
don't-
a bean.
do.
Okay, how about like a
You're so-
beanstalk?
A what?
A beanstalk.
And
And at the top is a golden
What if
goose
you guys
called
just
The Rock.
spoon each other? You're tall.
I could spoon The Rock. I could spoon The
When
Rock.
you like to be the little spoon for once, huh?
It would feel nice.
He's
It
just
would feel nice.
Oh man. Okay. So let's say The Rock makes this Jumanji, not Jumanji movie, and it is hugely successful. What other Disney rides would you like to see them turn into a film?
I would love, and again, like I would be happy if The Rock did this. I would love to see the Disneyland Railroad. Stick with me on this.
Okay.
Stick with me.
Pitch me. Pitch me. 'cause
Stick
so
with
far,
me. No, I know, but
Look
think
at the image.
is that John Oliver starring in this?
I think it's Eugene Levy.
Oh,
but
it's Jumanji. Great.
just think about
Box office gold.
where does the railroad go?
I don't know.
Nowhere.
It goes in
Effing
circles.
everywhere. It goes through every single land, and then in one of those lands, it goes through time. That's the railroad ride that I want to see. It goes through the multiverse. It goes, you get on the ride, and The Rock is the engineer. He's like, let's go, guys. And then all of a sudden, some weird, like, wrinkle in time, multi-dimensional thing happens, and before you know it, you're in the Old West. You're in Frontierland, and gunslingers are all around. And then before you know it, you're in the future, and rocket ships are flying everywhere. And you're like,
How
I just
is
gotta
it-
get back to my train.
But how is it not the train in Westworld?
Because the train in Westworld takes you to Westworld. This train
No,
takes
not the
you
bullet train. The bullet train takes you into the park.
into the park.
And in the park, we have Westworld, we have Ninja World, or Samurai World.
We haven't been to Samurai World
We've
yet,
got
so we
Game
know
of
that it
Thrones
exists,
world.
but we don't know that Game of Thrones is connected to Westworld. What I'm suggesting
a
is
wolf ran through.
that this is a
all
multiverse.
interpolated.
It's all
Everything's
interpolated.
interpolated.
And this train goes back to prehistoric times, and you see dinosaurs that are probably cute.
Now you're just throwing
Honestly,
stuff at the
I would
wall.
watch that movie. I'm not mad at that.
Right? Thank you.
The Rock is Rick from Rick and Morty.
Our engineer, John
Jonathan
Moulton,
just
just
ran
said,
out and he's like, The Rock,
Rock
is
is
Rick from Rick and Morty. All right, I'd see that too.
Yeah, like he's
Okay.
like, can you smell what I'm cooking? Choo choo, and then a goosh right through time.
Yeah.
Goosh.
Goosh.
Goosh right through
All right,
time.
Vanessa, what you got, girl?
I would, if I have to see a ride and like interpret it as a movie, I'm gonna pick. It's not exactly a ride, but it's a location at Disneyland, Enchanted Tiki Room. I can see a really kitschy film. I'm imagining some young great actress is like she's just graduating from
Sarah
college.
Hyland,
This is
maybe.
the plot. Yeah, Sarah Hyland only. Hello. She gets a letter that a relative died and left her this thing, and she's like, "Well, I've got nothing else lined up. My boyfriend just jumped me," and she goes
Is she like
to this
a
island.
starlet from the 40s?
Here we go. Yes,
It's
actually.
the African Queen.
If this
Okay.
dancing doesn't work out, I injured my hand last week.
Oh.
She ends up in this tiki room, but guys, what's the catch?
It's enchanted.
It's enchanted.
It's enchanted.
It's like the most enchanted.
I would totally watch
A
that
bird
too.
is taking taco orders.
I would totally
That bird.
watch that.
When the birds that are enchanted talk to the Hollywood starlet that is Sarah Hyland, do you hear their beaks click?
Yes, you hear their beaks click and their eyelids are very slow.
Nothing wrong with that.
And is there a thunder god who attacks?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it's all there.
The Trader Sam's injected of like the experience of a drink.
And is there a Dole Whip in this movie?
Dole Whip.
But
No Dole Whip.
Wait, hold on. The Dole Whip doesn't come from the Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yeah.
It does?
I
always get it from the stand.
The stand is by the Enchanted Tiki Room, but there's a second
That's not in my film.
I'm just saying it should be.
But what's interesting though is Enchanted Tiki Room could be crossover with Moana.
Wow.
I mean, mind
They
blown.
all wash up on
interconnect.
shore. There's Maui again.
It's the Disney Extended Universe.
It's the Rock Extended Universe, and don't you want to be in that universe? Personally, here's the thing. I would love to see a Bayou film, which is basically the Pirates of the Caribbean ride before it turns into one of the world's worst franchises. Just the Bayou part is the best. That part is the best.
Bayou part is pretty, and
he's just,
the restaurants right there.
Yeah, he's just
Spanish,
sitting there
mossy,
playing his banjo. But I honestly feel like a Rock Splash Mountain movie would make all of the money. Think about this.
It's Baywatch meets. We
It's
want him in a
Baywatch meets
swimsuit.
Escape to Witch Mountain, but with bears and briars, and he's there, and he's like, "Why are these bears singing and playing music? What's up with all of these funky bunnies?" And
then he goes, stop by this tiki room and get a drink and figure this out.
I mean, I think that this could totally
Dole
work. Now I just want a Dole Whip, and I'm guessing you want a Dole Whip too. But we want to know, what movie do you think The Rock should make next? What ride will be in his extended universe? And are you excited for a Jungle Cruise movie? Let us know in the comments below. You can tweet us at SJ News. Make sure to like and subscribe. And of course, you can always click here for more Screen Junkies news. See you soon.